We're just two friends who love the movies, call each other every morning.
Right. It is cold. It is icy, man. Cold and icy, dude.
You could say that again.
It is cold. It is icy. It is cold and icy, man. You seen that movie They Came Together?
No, with Paul Rudd and Amy Poehler.
Yeah, have I sent you that clip?
Uh-uh.
I'll send you the clip, dude. That's one of my favorite. Like it starts out very funny, and then it gets to a point where it gets annoying, and then it gets back to being really funny, dude. That one scene is probably one of the, in my opinion, it's one of the greatest comedy scenes of any movie I've ever seen.
I picked that at a Redbox once, but Lori vetoed it. I can't remember why.
Oh, dude, it's so dumb, but I'll send it to you after this.
So Amy
Oh man.
Poehler's been, making the podcast rounds. I mean, she's doing the podcast thing now.
Yeah, dude, like what the heck? Like
She
why
had
doesn't she
Kugler on
stick?
there the other day. She had J-Law. I mean, she's had a bunch, but that's just recently I noticed it.
Dude, why doesn't she just stick to her own lane, TV and movies, you know?
Well, yeah. So she's a great comedic mind.
Yeah,
The
I'm
thing
just
about the
playing.
podcast is like she's not bad at it. It's just the main reason you go to this podcast is you want to hear, people, artists that you like talk for a long time, you
Yeah.
know. But uh, yeah, I always thought she should have, made her dramatic breakthrough playing Lucille Ball, but that ship has sailed.
Yeah, unfortunately, I really like Amy Poehler. I've seen clips of her. Is it now? I will. Is her podcast show? Is it very laid back? Are they, or does it feel like more like it's just another late night or something like that?
That's actually probably a good comparison. It feels like more of a late night format insofar as there's some level of preparation on her part. I actually think she's just cutting her teeth on it. Like uh, it's not like she has like a natural gift for bringing conversation out in people. It's not bad. It's just like middle of the road.
Yeah,
Like someone even that I don't really care for, like as a personality, Dak Shepard. He's still pretty good at like, uh, getting people comfortable and having them talk about things, and he'll
yeah,
ask, prepared questions, but also
making
is
it
really
seem
willing to
natural, right?
let it go where it would naturally go. Um,
I will say the same for Joe Rogan, right?
oh yeah, I mean he's probably the most gifted at it insofar as like it's he seems to have managed. I mean, the thing is that that's so like a real conversation that
Yeah,
it's almost like not annoying, but like like he has these things that he'll talk about like the same handful of things for like several episodes straight, and and like no matter who the guest is, it manages because that's what he wants to talk about too, and
yeah,
like in order to have a real conversation, you have to be talking about what you want to talk about and
yeah,
like and sort of and it's in real time.
yeah.
I with no edits, and so that's interesting. Like Marin, really good. He'll do the edits on his too though. But I mean it's he's really good at it.
I
Was or
I
he's done.
I've always thought that Mark Maron was is one of the best ones. There's just some, and it's very similar to Joe Rogan in that you're right. Whenever you're having a conversation, of course, a lot of it is hearing, listening to the other person talk what they want to talk about, but also you need to put in your cents as well, right? You got to talk about what you want to, and it does with them. It seems like they're both talking about things that they both want to talk about, but from what I could hear from like Amy Poehler's, is like it does feel very generic, and it does feel like if it's just like a another late night, and it's very all scripted,
Well,
even
I'll
though I
say
know
it's
it's
not
not.
bad, and she's getting better too. So we'll see. But you just wanna listen to these artists. You know what I'm saying? It's just cool to get a chance to hear them open up and kind
Yeah,
of react
I
in
w-
real time.
I was getting more at, like, I agree she is getting better, but for the fact that she ended up winning that award,
Oh, did
it
she
kind of,
win the Globe?
yeah, she won the Globe.
I didn't know that. Well, good for her.
I mean, good for her, but hence why I'm a little. I don't think she was the best one, so I think maybe it was just a more of she's more of a name, right?
And she's popular. But and
Popular.
talking about all-time presenters at award shows, we talked about how at the Globe there were some people who couldn't do the presentation part very well, even if they had like a good bit. And I mean, obviously she's hosted with Tina Fey, but also just when she presents, when Faye presents, when Carell, he's been like one I've loved watching like clips of present from past ceremonies. I'm hoping we get some good presenters at the Oscars this year.
Yeah, I would be even okay if, like, they chose, for example, Tina Fey, and like you have Steve Carell present maybe two or three of their awards. You know?
Oh yeah, I think that could work. I know it's fun to get different faces up there though. Sometimes they get some people up there that really do struggle, even if they're people that you like. And it's like, is it the writing? But like Carell, like he can deadpan anything, and it's so funny, man. Like she's just really gifted.
Yeah, you know who was very gifted at it is or was Robin Williams.
Oh yeah,
He
Robin Williams.
God, man, he just controlled a room like that.
Uh,
Talk.
Presenting Ben Stiller. Oh my goodness, dude, when he presents, it's so
Oh, Ben
funny.
Stiller. Whenever he's always in his getup, right? He.
hmm The first
Uh.
time I saw the Academy Awards, he came out in the full Avatar gear, and he started talking in the Navi language ostensibly, and he's like, "Oh, this is a bad idea."
I. I love. I love the whole. Do you remember the floor rising up?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And it
Where
stopped.
it stopped. It was for
That was
production
fun.
design.
That was funny, dude.
Yeah. So
Ah, dude.
Ben Stiller's always been a good one, man. Hold him right here. But I
What
think
you got?
Steve Carell is one of my favorites, though.
Yeah,
I
I
have
miss
to
him. I want to
say.
watch. I don't think Mountaintop is getting that good reviews, but I want to watch it. I want to because I'll watch anything he's in. I just like him so much.
Yeah, I'll watch anything he's in as well. And I did start Mountaintop. Uh,
I'm still planning to get to it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna watch it. So
oh, before the year end.
yeah, and I did watch a Kahuna. I'm not. I don't know if it's big or small, but it's a Kahuna.
Okay, go for it.
I watched a House of Dynamite.
Okay, man. All right. Well, this is one that by the time you finally watched it, I've already watched it twice.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
And
what are your
I
thoughts,
heard.
man?
I remember your first reaction was middling. Your second reaction was pretty much negative.
Yeah.
Uh, I really liked it. I liked it a lot. Um, I still think of that funny review you cited. You said it's the first 20 minutes was so good that they decided to do it two more times, but like not as good or something. I can't remember what it was, but it was fun.
It was the I think the first 40 minutes of the movie was so good that they just did it two more times or something like that.
But I mean, we've seen that conceit before, where you just revisit it from. I mean, Weapons did that basically this
Yeah,
year.
but with weapons, they did it a whole lot better. They added more depth and character development. It just seemed like
for example, the best way to describe it was in the first act, right? We see Tracy Letts on the computer and he's talking about football, right?
Hmm.
Well, in the second act, and I think it's this, yeah, it's the second act, we finally get to be in the room where Tracy Letts is at, and we see him talking about football. And I'm like, I don't need to see him talking about football a second time. Like, what is this adding? The fact that we're just in the room with them? We've
Hey,
already.
careful, man. You know, if we remove that clip from its context, people are just going to think we're talking about the movie call podcast where
That's
Sam
true.
gets on and talks about football every day.
That's true.
Um,
That's true. I
Listen, I get the criticism, but I think the movie's effectiveness transcends, the criticisms you can level at it, because it's kind of like with Civil War, which was whatever, okay, it's a movie.
Oh,
Um,
by the way, folks, I love that movie, and it's pretty scary how every day that goes by, it seems like where we live now is getting closer and closer to something very similar to that. But anyways, go back.
whether or not that's true or whatever you think of the movie is really effective as an exercise of uh, considering the possibility of something that's possible. Consider what it would be like, because if you can consider what it would be like, if you can really put yourself in the place of trying to understand what something could be like, I don't know. I mean, a lot of times, I was gonna say, like, maybe you can avoid it. I don't know if you can in every situation. We live in such a country this big, this massive a project. It feels like you don't even have any effect on it sometimes. I know that's not entirely true, but it can feel that way. So whether or not you can do something about it, can you put life into perspective? I think movies like this put life into perspective, like trying not to take for granted uh, a day that you exist in, that do things go right? Like they always say when a plane
Yeah.
crashes, you take for granted how many times it goes right. In the news story is always when it goes wrong, but how many times did it go right? I mean, it's easy to get hopeless about the
Yeah.
structures that are in place. I don't know. I just left the movie feeling very provoked, and I thought the filmmaking was actually good. People's mileage will vary about seeing the same scenarios three times from different perspectives, but
Yeah.
for me, it just really worked, and the cast, the ensemble was really strong. Uh, I liked the movie.
Well, Mitch, I will say I agree with you on all that about the movie for the first 40 minutes of the movie. What this movie needed more of is Rebecca Ferguson. I was actually really missing her character throughout the
I
whole
thought
thing.
Idris was really effective, and Letts was really effective, and I don't know who played the Secretary of Defense, but I thought he did a great job too.
You
And
know, it was surprising, of course, whenever he, was that the one that he ends up committing,
yeah, he just stepped off the landing deck. It was sort of heartbreaking. Have you seen Failsafe?
I survived, man. I survived. Man, that looks good. What was that?
Have you seen Failsafe?
I haven't.
Yeah, you gotta check that one out, man. I mean, movies about the potential for nuclear war, I think, are eh, they I don't know, they existential threat that
Yeah.
exists on the planet. I mean, it's wild, and like the also just we talked about procedural type movies with just seeing like the structures that are in place or getting a glimpse of
Yeah.
them, or seeing like if people have thought through these contingencies. I mean, I guess there is no contingency. This planet, man, this planet. Everybody, everybody say a prayer.
I mean, we need to say a prayer, folks. Say a prayer. Um, I'm about to go into work. Like I said, I'm sorry calling so late, Mitch,
No sweat, man. It's good
but
to talk to you.
yeah, yeah. What was your rating for House of Dynamite out of 5?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna just keep it at 3.5 right now since you asked.
Okay, well, I mean, that's still, you liked it, maybe didn't love it, but well, I'm glad you liked it, dude. I'm glad you did. I still think that the first 40 minutes are incredible. If the whole movie had been like that, probably be a top 10 contender for me. But yeah, I'll talk to you later.
See you, man.